Hello everyone, welcome back. So today, in the last class, we finished all about RAML. Okay, and today in today's class, we will learn about these topics like how to connect Anypoint Studio to Anypoint platform. Okay, how to publish the RAML to Exchange, Hello World API, or download RAML from Design Center into Anypoint Studio. Okay, how to create an API by downloading the API specification from Exchange that we will publish from Design Center. First, how to create the flows or whatever API we created, we will test it. Like last time we were testing it by mocking it same at the same place in the Design Center, right? So today we will test it through the API. Okay, and all these things are related to our this diagram that we covered in our API lifecycle. So like this, we designed the API, we tested it by mocking it in Design Center. Okay, so and today we will publish it to Anypoint Exchange, and then we will import it into Anypoint Studio. Okay, we will deploy it on local, we'll test it. So these all are the API lifecycle parts, okay, that we already explained. So let's start. First, go to Design Center. This is the RAML that we created last time. So there are 5 resources we have. So let's start by publishing it to Exchange. Okay, but first, like this is the question that generally, interviewer ask to any any beginner or freshers, like what is Anypoint Exchange in MuleSoft. Okay, so Anypoint Exchange just is a part of our API lifecycle tool. It's a part of our Anypoint platform. Okay, so in the with the help of Anypoint Exchange, we are able to discover, share the assets and resources into your applications. So it helps you create API developer portals, view and test APIs, simulate data to APIs like mocking service, create assets, and use API notebooks to describe and test API functions. So it's a very simple definition. If they ask, uh, if any interviewer asks, so you can easily explain. Okay, so what is Anypoint Exchange? So let's publish this API first. I think little bit description I will give more like how it after publishing it, how also like it's not like sorry, I would say it's one more point I want to add is like reusability I already covered, like it help us to reuse our API specification, plus it boosts the productivity because we can reuse it, so it will reduce our development time again and again. Okay, so this is kind of it will enhance our productivity. Okay, so let's publish this RAML into our Exchange. So just click on after finishing it, after completing this, we will click on the publish. There is a button publish to Exchange. Okay, if you see here, publish to share with your organization and business group or make publicly available. So as I covered, like after publishing it, you can make it like a public portal by this, and you can share the URL with your clients. You can get the feedback, and based on those feedbacks, you can rework on your RAML. Okay, and then you can uh, do your changes accordingly. So it asks you first asset version. Okay, so here you can, because it's an asset, so you can give something like this 0.0.0. Oh, okay, version it's correct, life cycle stable. Okay, published more options are there. This is the business group ID. Okay, that is related to this business domain, this account business domain. And this is the asset ID. It will be something like this. You can change it if you want, but this will be the asset ID based on your API specification name. Okay, so this is the asset name. That is this one, user system API. Just click on and let me show you this also. The lifecycle state of an asset show its status in the software development lifecycle from development to stable release to appreciation. So it's like in if it is development, it means in process of design and development, stable state of release ready to consume. Okay, so it depends on like how you give this. So I would say like first we can give development. Okay, so like because we need a feedback and all. Once it's done, then you can give it like a stable because we don't need more feedback. We have done all the changes and then you can select it as a stable. So I'm just selecting it as a stable and publish. Click on publish. One or more file in your project are not being referenced from your root. Okay, some files are not referenced. So I'm just including, or we can do one thing, we can check here, go to project errors and okay, everything is referenced. Not sure why it's errors showing me that. Let's see again. Okay, 1.0.0 publish to exchange. Include all the files reference or unreferenced. Not sure why it's giving that we have some unreferenced files. Don't worry about that. So it is publishing, so successfully published to exchange. Okay, so it is giving you a link also, like if you click on here, successfully published to exchange, so you can check what it published. Okay, so I just open this link into a new tab. So this is our MuleSoft system API that we created. Okay, if you see here all the endpoints, like okay, so because we opened it first time, so it is showing everything. What is manage versions? Click here to view and manage versions. Next, it will like view or manage the life cycle. You can change it like stable or like that. You can make it deprecated. Okay, so it will show you one by one all the things. Just it's a visit of this page. Okay, so here we have all the endpoints like our these things. We created query parameters. Everything is here now. Okay, because now it's a mocking service and you can send it. Let's see what it gives. Request header authorization is missing. Okay, it's same like we tested in our design center, but here it's published and now it is on the exchange. Okay, so let me show you how exchange looks like. So go to any point platform, click on exchange. It will show you. Oh, okay. Let me go to, so this is the main exchange page. Okay, so here MuleSoft station that is created by MuleSoft station. Here it will show you all the assets that is created by MuleSoft and it is publicly available. Okay, and this is shared with me if someone shared with me, and my applications that is different. And this is the public portal. Click on public portal. This is the public portal. It looks like this. Okay. So let me go back to all assets, MuleSoft master. This is the one that we created. Okay, you can download it as Mule 3 connector, Mule 4 connector as XAML. Okay, you can check its view code. It will go back to the design center. It will show you the code that is created by us in API designer, that is design center. So it's a read-only mode. You can, if you want to edit it, and also it look, this is the domain business group that is here. This is the business group, and this is the same business group, and this is our asset name, and this is the version that we gave. So everything is showing like this. Close this one. I'm closing this public portal also. Okay. So this is all download, share. You can share this. add users or teams publicly, select the API version to share in organization public portal, v1, save, and it will be a public. Okay, learn more about public portal. You can click here. You can go through this page. What is the public portals and all. Okay, so this is everything is here. It's pretty simple. It's kind of, it's kind of a tool. Okay, so everything, whatever you need, everything will be available here. Okay, so you don't need to worry about anything. So just click on this, and I want to show you one more thing here. Let me. Okay, so this is the documentation that we created in our design center. Is if I show you, this is the documentation, right? So as I have created this endpoints dot markdown like this, and you can see how it looks like on the exchange. It will look like this. Everything is there. Response body, what URI parameters for, because I created only one document, so it is showing you only one, like endpoints, because there is was only one endpoint. Okay, and we included this under the title endpoints. Okay, so this is the endpoint, and if you see here, it is come under endpoint. Similarly, if we add other pages or other titles, it will show you all the list here, and everything will be something like this. It depends on you how you know the markdown. So accordingly, you can customize this page, like you can do a better presentation. But this was a kind of simple example that was covering how to create the, how to make the bold letters, how to create the tables, okay, and how to showcase the code into a code box. This covers all those examples. Okay, so now let's move to the next step. Okay, so now we publish the our API to Exchange. Okay, so one more thing, back to previous UI. So this is a new page. This is the new version of page. So if you want to go back, if some people are already using another UI, so click on this one, so it will show you something like this. Okay, and here you can see how many versions of your assets are available. So currently it's 1.0.0 and its instance is just mocking service. When you will create an instance for this API into API manager, I will show you that thing later in later classes. Slowly we are moving. Okay, so here it's 1.0. When you will deploy this API on environments like dev, production, non-prod, accordingly it will show you here all the assets and all its versions. So you can easily figure out this API is deployed or this API instance is created on which environments. So this will list down all the instances. Okay, here you can contact name, like you can give any contact name and email to ask any questions related to this API and all, whatever. Okay, so this is the old version of UI, but earlier it was, I don't know, so this is the back to new UI. So this is the new UI where you can see 1.0.x is the latest version and it's a v1 private version is it is. And these, if you click on here in the left down corner, there is API instances. If you see here my cursor, it's here API instances. If you click on this, you can see like mocking service 1.0.0 and it's a private, it's a visibility is private, it's not public. So currently the instance is mocking service, there is no environment, but if it is if its instance is created somewhere else, like in somewhere in any environment like dev production QA stage, then it will show you the environments here. Okay, so you can click on it like it is showing you go to API manager, and in API manager you can check that. Currently we did not create any instance, so in API manager there is no instance available. So let's see on API manager, you can directly go through here API manager. So this is the page. Okay, so this is the API manager. Currently there is no instance available. So if you see 0 to 0, so it's a 0 at the moment. Okay, and there is some, because it's a trial account, so if you click on this you can change the environment because it's a trial account. So you have the sandbox as a active as a only one environment like sandbox. There is no other environments available. Okay, so if you are working on your project, so there will be multiple environments based on your access, what access provided to you from any point platform admin. Okay, so this is the API manager that we'll cover later. We are closing this one. So this is all about Exchange, how it looks like. So what are the features are there, what we can see or what we can't see it. Okay, so this is all about that. And go back to asset list. Here all assets will be available that you created. And this is created by the MuleSoft. So let's see now, move to the Anypoint Studio. I open the Anypoint Studio. First, we will connect our Anypoint Studio to our Anypoint platform. So for that, what you need to do, what steps you need to follow, I will tell you all that. So this is the Anypoint Studio workspace, and there are some options like file, edit, source, refactor, navigate, search, project, run, window, help. So if you click on help, Anypoint Studio, so it will show you all about Anypoint Studio, which version I'm using, what is its build ID, everything it will show you. Okay, and click on installation details. So these are all installation details, installation history, what I have installed till now, all the plugins, configuration if there. Okay, so this is like you can check out which version of Anypoint Studio you are using and what are the versions. Everything is here. Okay, just close it. Now go to Windows. Windows, we have like perspective editor. Okay, new window. It will open a new window like this. Anypoint Studio new window. So is something you can, instead of switching the workspace and all, or if you want to see two files or you want to work on different platforms, you can do something like this. Okay, just close it. Now Windows appearance, hide toolbar, toggle skin, everything is there. Some shortcuts show you, like if for example I have this console, I closed it. Now I want to now I want to see it back. So show view console. It will give me this console. Now this is the Mule palette. Close it. And now if you don't know how to get it, go to Windows, show view, and there is Mule palette. So you will get it here. Okay. So let's see. Now go to preferences. Also there is a perspective. Okay. So for example, I have this perspective like this, but it's some weird thing. I don't know how. Some people don't like this type of thing, like Mule debugger is somewhere and console is here. It's like not managed one. So what you can do, just go to Windows perspective, and reset perspective, reset perspective. So it will give you default perspective like this. So everything is in a simple way, like this is Mule valid. This is the console and this is package explorer, all things like this. Okay. So now go to preferences. Preferences will show you all the options. What, like for example, one by one we'll see the general, what Anypoint Studio, install Java, validations, help, all these options, API editor. Okay. So first I will show you about Anypoint Studio, how we can connect our Anypoint Studio to Anypoint platform. So for that we need to go to Anypoint Studio, click on this, drag drop down, and there is option like authentication. So I already added this. I will remove it to showcase you again. So click on authentication, then click on add. So once you click on add, it will give you a pop-up like user login. Okay. And once you log into this, it is by default give you 7 days expiration period, but you can increase it by editing it. Okay. So it is giving you same kind of window like you when you log in through browser. Okay. You know, when I answer people on helper forums, I got so many questions like when they click on this add button, they are getting this kind of window and they never get the window where they can add the username and password, something like this. So what's the reason? What is that reason? So if you click on the browser, there is two options, default browser, that is built-in and native. If it is click on built-in, I just show you authentication, go back on add. Because I clicked on built-in, it's a built-in browsers. So we don't get the window to enter username and password like earlier I was getting. I will not get it now. Okay, so what I need to do to resolve this, go to browsers, and into browsers we need to click on native. Okay, apply, and then go back to authentication, click on add, and now you will get that window to add your username and password. Okay, so a lot of people face this issue. So this is the solution if you face the same. Okay, so here I will give the password and username and password. Okay, and let me give you a password. So it is the same username and password that we use on the browser. So if you see authentication setting for any point platform, this is the username that we added. So this user we have added. So just click on apply and close. So this is connected. Our local Anypoint Studio is connected to our Anypoint platform here. This. So now let me now what we can do, whatever RAML we created, right? When the RAML we created here, what we can do, either we can download it from here, like download project. So if we click on download project, what it will do, we clicked on download project. So it will give me the zip file, including all these files like this. If you see MuleSoft station, Shen folder. Okay, so this is the zip file that we are getting and it contains everything. Okay, so this is one way to download the RAML. Another way is go to your Anypoint Studio, click any project like Mule project, file, new, okay, I show you again. So file, click on new, click on Mule project. So this is the Mule project. You need to enter a Mule project name, for example, hello. No, I will say like Mule Soft Station System API. Like this. I have 3 runtimes on my system. I will show you how we can add more runtimes here. By default, you will get only Mule Server 4.4.0, but I added Mule runtime. So I will show you also how we can do that. Okay, so this is my MuleSoft Station System API. So I will show you download RAML. If you see API implementations, or if you see install runtime, so if you click on install runtime, it will give you install available software. So here you can like Anypoint Studio, all available enterprise runtimes. So you can click like number of runtimes, and if you go to next, it's same like is installing a software. Okay, so like for example, I show you next. I selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 runtimes. Okay, so whatever runtimes is already there, it will not download those. Okay, it will show you all the details like 4.4.0 and 4.3.0 is already installed. So an update will be performed instead of downloading it again, it will just perform a updation on these runtimes. Okay, so all the informations, everything is there. Okay, then next, and then I accept and then finish. Okay, so it will load all, and after finishing, after downloading everything, it will ask you to restart your Anypoint Studio. Once you will restart, you can see all the runtimes here, whatever you have downloading. Okay, so it's a very simple process. Okay, so it's a very simple process to download. Now, this is about install runtimes. Now API implementation that we created in our design center. So import a published API or import RAML from local file. For example, we have created a RAML from our in our local. Okay, so we can import that RAML file or download RAML from design center. So first I will show you RAML from design center, like location, click on location. It will show you this type of window. Okay, so because we already connected our Anypoint Studio to Anypoint platform, so we added our username MuleSoft Station. Okay, so if you have any other users, so you can select any one user here. Okay, so on that user, whatever APIs you have, whatever API specifications you have created on Design Center, it will show you all those API specifications. Okay, so if you see 1, 2, 3, 4 API specification it is showing, so I will show you there also. This is the API designer, and if you go to Design Center, that is API designer. So if you see, these are the APIs that we have created, and all these APIs you can see here. Okay, so you can select any one and then click OK like this. So it will taking like this. And now once it will load it. So guys, this is a part of our API lifecycle only. Okay, and in every project you need to follow this. So sometimes architects or business analysts, if they know MuleSoft, they will create a YAML for you and they will ask you to start the development by downloading the YAML from the design center. So you need to follow these steps. Okay, so you are importing the following API: MuleSoft system API version v1, base URI is this. So what is base URI? MuleSoft station. Okay, so MuleSoft station, and this is the base URI. So it is showing the same base URI here. Okay, so now use default location, project locations, and then just finish. So let's see what it will give you. This is the one option. Okay, I will show you some other options also. So let's see, it will create a project with this YAML and API name will be, or project name will be MuleSoft Station System API. Whatever, whatever the YAML designed by you on Design Center, like MuleSoft Station System API, same name, prefer the same name here, like in like the kebab casing like this. Okay, and create a API. It is the best practice. So it is taking some time. Let's see what it gives. I hope everyone know this process, but I'm repeating it if somebody don't know. Okay. So it's created our API. Okay. So if you see, if this is the package explorer, this is the by default system API XML that is created based on our YAML. So if you see, first I will show you the YAML. It is always, this is the package explorer that it is created when you create a Mule project in Anypoint Studio. So this is very important. This package explorer is very important, where src main Mule folder will have all your API flows. src main Java will have all the Java classes. If you have any if you will return any Java class, okay, that will be under src main Java. src main resources folder will have by default like log4j file, or the API folder that will have not API folder, the folders that is that we created in our design center, like docs, examples, local library, all these folders are under the API folder. Okay, if you see API, under API, we have local library, one folder. Okay, and error message definition, resource type, this is the main YAML. Okay, everything is there, and also other folders. So if you see like this simply, so you will get confused sometimes. And then if you are a beginner, so what you can do, just go to, just right click on this and then show in, go to System Explorer. So System Explorer, if you click on System Explorer, it will show you this project into your folder. It is this one. Okay, so it will show you in your file explorer, something, not this one. I think I open, yeah, some like this. It is created one, and then if you go to src main and resources API, so all RAML documents are here. Okay, so if you want to understand more about Package Explorer, what are the by default folders and everything it creates, so you can do something like this, like I have done. Right click, show in System Explorer. Okay, so you will see everything here under Studio Workspace, also System API. Okay, so let's see now our API, our RAML that will be under API folder. So click on this. So this downloaded everything that we created on the design center. Okay, so it was one example, and every Mule for API is Maven based. So pom.xml file will get created by default. That will have all your project related infos, like what is group ID. You can change it. Sometimes because it is giving you automatically a hint like com.mycompany. So you can give it. Sometimes business organizations like your organization will guide you what should be the values here, so you can edit these lines, not the like these ones. So based on your guidance from your architect or your organization, if there are any rules. Okay, so you can, but artifact ID will be same like what is your API name, and here version you can edit it. It's version something 1.0, or like sometimes it's v1. It depends on your organization. So I'm giving here like 1.0.0. And there are some project dependencies, okay, that will come by default. So, and these are the repositories by default repositories here, like mulesoft.org.releases. Okay, so I will cover this, what is the meaning of POM file and what is Mavenize project, everything. But today I'm just showing you how what it create when you download or when you create an API by importing API specifications, or you can say by downloading API specifications from the design center. Okay, so this is, I close everything and now I will show you another example. And if you see here, one more thing quickly, it creates this API XML that is your flow based on your RAML. Okay, so if one second, I'll showcase you like this. So here it created HTTP listener, that is main flow, and it created some API get BAT request not found. By default, it created the some errors message, and we'll see what is inside this. So it is not implemented, and here unsupported media type. So it is by default MuleSoft. Like when you create a project through RAML, it will create automatically something like this, and also it will create API console. Okay, when you deploy this API, MuleSoft API console will get automatically, uh, it will give you a console or a public API link that you can share with anyone in your team, so they can easily can check what is in your API. Same like sharing your API on Exchange as a public API. Okay, and also it is creating all these flows that we created in RAML, like delete employee ID, get context and get employees, get employee by employee ID, post context, like this. Automatically it creates a flow, and in these flows it gives you two, to transform message, because delete employee ID, if you see on design center for the delete, so there were a URI parameter, like a required parameter. So here it is giving you by default a code. If you want to read that URI parameter, so it will give you by default something like this, a code. Okay, but you can edit it because we don't need directly here sometimes. So you can delete all these and you can select on your components through the Mule palette. Okay, and whoever is new to these this Anypoint Studio, so don't worry. okay, you will come to know what are these components, how we create these components here. So everything is available here in Mule palette. Okay, for example, this transform message. Okay, how we get this transform message. So if you click on core component, you can see these are the components available here. I think some people have a question also. I think like I would say, what is uh, mule? What we say? Uh, what we say? Uh, Something slipped in from my mind. Yeah, mule components and modules and connectors. Okay, so what are the components? What are the modules? What are the connectors? Okay. So Mule components are like it's a main building blocks of Mule applications. So if interviewer asks you what is Mule component, so just simply say it's a main building block of Mule applications. Okay, so components execute business logic on the message that flow through your Mule application. Okay, so there are there are different type of components like core components and the components that belongs to connectors and modules. So I repeat it again. The main building block of Mule applications are components. Okay, so components execute business logic on the messages that flow through your Mule applications. Okay, and this definition is, I would say this definition is directly from the MuleSoft. Okay, so you should not have any confusion like if it is correct or wrong. If I would say this to interview what it is correct or wrong, so it's directly from the MuleSoft. Okay, so and now as I said, there are different type of components like core components that belong to connectors and modules. So what is core components? So if you click on core, these are the core components. Okay, so these are the individual components that are the part of uh, core functionality. Okay, core functionality like for example logger, for reference, okay, batch job, batch step, batch aggregator. Okay, so these are the core components. Okay, like setting payload, setting variable, transform message. Okay, so all these are core components. Okay, so now connectors. Okay, so connectors group together components that were created to facilitate the integration of Mule application. So what is that? Like for example, click on Salesforce. Okay, so this is the Salesforce. So for Salesforce, for Salesforce connector, we have these different type of components. So Salesforce connector provides components that let you use the Salesforce platform API. Okay, so these are the connectors that we can use to consume Salesforce APIs. Okay, so this is these, I would say these are the connectors that are grouping all the components. Okay, and now modules. So modules, let me show you like, yeah. So XML module, 1 second, I make it a little bigger if I can. Okay, no issues. So these, if you see, this was the connector. Okay, and this is, so modules, interviewer ask you what is module. So modules group together components that were created to add flexibility to your application by allowing you to aggregate values, compress data, like use Java features, use extra features of processing JSON and many more. Okay, so XML module, for example, these XML modules provide components that can process and extract an XML document. Okay, so for example, validate schema. So it will, uh, validate the XML data. Okay, extract, that will extract the data from an XML document. Accessibility transformation, that will transform. If you click on this, I think it will show you the definition also. Like I think in my first class also I explained this. Not first class, I think third or fourth class. So use XSLT to transform the input content. You can set transformation context properties, which will be made available on the style sheet. So these three things are very important: components, core components, connectors, and modules. Okay, so I will just paste you a link in the chat. So maybe that will be helpful. One moment. Okay. Okay. I think, okay, I pasted into the chat. Okay. Oh, there is a question from link to components. Okay, components. Okay, so link to components, Mule components. Okay, these are the main building blocks of Mule applications. Okay, main building blocks means like batch processing, logging, setting payloads, data transform messages, setting variables. Okay, so these are the Mule components. Okay, so these are individual components that are the part of the core functionality of Mule. Okay, so that is the component. Okay, I hope it is clear to you, Lintu. Otherwise, you can ask after the class. Okay. So where I was. Okay, so I explained about components, modules, and connectors. Okay, so let me minimize this one, and it created everything. So this was the first option to import from the design center. Okay, now I am deleting this one and will show you another option. Let me create a API, our Mule project. Same MuleSoft Station API. Okay, and finish. Just create, select a Mule runtime and just click on finish. So it will give you a simple API without any RAML. Okay. If you see into SRC main resources, there is API folder, but it's blank. Okay. If it is, there is nothing inside API folder, it will looks like this. Okay. So now what we will do, right click on this, and there is an option Anypoint Platform, and there is option download RAML from Design Center. So click on it, and it will showcase you the same option like it was showing when you are creating a project, and there we imported the RAML. Okay, click on MuleSoft Station API. Okay, after all the current files in SRC will be replaced after the import. So currently we don't have anything in API folder, right? But if you have any RAML and you want to update it with your new RAML on Design Center, then you can say yes. It will if you will say yes, it will replace all the files. It means it will import all the new changes. So click on yes. It will I right clicked on this MuleSoft Station API, but it was showing me by default like it will download the RAML into the SRC main resources API folder. So everything is automated. You don't need to worry like where I need to download, where it will go. It will automatically take care for you, Mule runtime. So it is loading. Wait for some time. In the meantime, I'll just check the chat if there is any question. Okay, thanks. Okay, so if you see, it created everything. It downloaded our RAML, and based on that, it created an MuleSoft Station System API.xml. Okay, this one. What we created in MuleSoft Station API XML, but this is created by default when we import RAML from Design Center. So don't worry. If you want to use this one, that's fine. If you want to use your own one, something like this, the API name. So what you can do, just click on it. There is nothing. So what you can do, click all the content of this file, copy here, and delete this file. Okay. So this is the second option. Okay, so I think it's clear now. Delete this one also and we'll see another option. So two options, I think it's clear. Now click on file, create Mule project, and I can give like MuleSoft Station System API. And here Mule runtime we selected 4.4.0. Always select the latest Mule runtime. Okay, and there was one option, import YAML from local file, but we did not create any local YAML file, so forget about this one. This option we already covered. Now import a published API. So published API means import from the exchange, because we publish the API on exchange. So for that, click on this plus sign, that is add a new dependency from exchange. Let's see what option it gives. MuleSoft station. So I can search something MuleSoft. Let's see what it gives. Okay, so this is MuleSoft station API, system API. Okay, and now add it here. Okay, version 1.0 finish. Let's see what it gives. So this is the third option. Okay, okay, so it added. So it's like this, and now click on finish. So these are the three different options to download the YAML or to download the API specifications from Anypoint platform to Anypoint Studio. So these were the basic one, but most of the people during interview they don't know how many options are there. Okay, so this is the very important very important question for the if you are giving any interview as a beginner or as a fresher. Sometimes experienced people also don't remember how many options we have. Okay, so but we have covered all these three. It takes some time. Don't worry. I want to show you exactly what it will give. I think it's already created a folder here and it's just doing some process in the background. If you see here, right side corner, adding this business domain, exchange, something class path. So it's a 0%. It will take some time and we'll see. Okay, in the meantime, I need to just check the answer. Is there any case sensitive while creating YAML in Anypoint Design Center? Lintu, I'm not getting your question. Is there any case sensitive? What does it mean? Sorry guys, it is taking some time. Okay, in the meantime, I explain you something else. Okay, so like I was showing you initially how we connect our Anypoint Studio to Anypoint platform. So that was the basic option that I have covered by just simply by adding user accounts. But in some organizations, we have some external identity providers. So when you log into your Anypoint Studio, you don't need to you don't directly add your username and password into the Anypoint Studio login page, but you will get a another third party provider where you add your credentials. Okay, so uh, identity management is there are various identity management tools that generally companies use, like Salesforce, Ping Federate, OpenAM, Okta. Okay, so these are some providers that are fully supported by Anypoint platform. Okay, so like my last company was using Ping Federate. So what is Ping Federate? How they were using? So whenever I try to log in using Anypoint platform login URL, it will give me a window of Ping Federate where I need to give my user ID and password. Okay, so it will validate me that I am a correct person or authorized person to access the Anypoint platform or not. What it will give after entering username and password, it will send you a text message on your phone, okay, with some OTP, and that OTP you need to pass into that uh, Ping Federate website, and it will validate if it is correctly. Then only you will be able to enter to any point platform. Okay. In the same way, when you will log in, when you log in from here, like add configure, so it asks you if it is external identity. Okay. So for external identity, your company will provide you a organization domain that you will provide here. And after that, when you will click OK, it will show you some option, okay, how to log in and all, but it's a simple one. Okay, so don't worry, but keep in mind if you have those third party identity providers, then it's not simply follow this process like configure Anypoint platform. No, you need to select external identity, then only you can log in. Otherwise you will get error or like a blank window. Okay, so keep in mind those things. Okay, so that is the one topic that was in my mind. So, okay, so now we see it created everything. And if you see SRC main resources API, there is no RAML, but it created your API specification. How? Because you imported a complete API or API specification from the Anypoint Exchange. So when you do it from Anypoint Exchange, it will add as a dependency in the POM file. So if you see the dependency, this is your business domain, that is a group ID. This is the artifact ID, that is your asset name on Exchange. This is the asset version. Classifier is the RAML, okay, and type is zip. So it added as a dependency and it created the flow based on your RAML or based on your API specification. So this is the third option, but this will not give you a RAML in the API folder. This is just kind of a dependency or that you have used uh, to get the API specification of MuleSoft system API that is available on Anypoint Exchange. Okay, so these are the options that we have covered, and these options were really important. I would say like for interview purpose, because most of the people doesn't know uh, what will happen when we download any API specification from Exchange, or when we download any API specification from Design Center. So this is the difference, okay, that you can easily see. In when we did it from Exchange, there is nothing in API folder, but it added as a dependency. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, so guys, this is all about today's class, and in next class I will start with Mule message structure. Okay, like this is the one API we created, but inside this API, if you see, we have these core components. Okay, but we don't know what is API get router, what is listener. I will explain all these things and we'll create a simple API first. Okay, and then one by one in that API only, I will start with database configurations. We will install the database on our system. We'll create some tables and I will showcase you some queries like CRUD operations, how we add, how we'll create the table in database, how we'll update the table. So that will be a part and like database integration with MuleSoft. Okay, and I will explain you about what is this package explorer. I already covered this, but there are still some options like this GRE system libraries. You don't know what is this and everything. I will try to explain more. Okay. Okay, so I stopped the recording for today.